this is Renee from Meadowlark Mystic, and I am doing my tarot and oracle deck collection video. This is video number 6, and it's a slightly different setup because these decks are stored in other locations. The first deck I'm going to show is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. These are the backs. This is a modern deck that has definite Rider-Waite inspirations, but really a new take on it. There's this shadow figure that features in many of the cards that I really like a lot. This is a really good reader, and I really enjoy this deck. True Heart Intuitive Tarot. The next deck is the Yami Oracle, and I got this deck from the creator. It's an independent deck. She lives in the UK. I saw that Queen Osset, Oya's Girl, had a great, there are several videos on her channel, conversations with the author, the author of this deck, and it was really a beautiful conversation, very interesting and deep, talking about the cards and the art and the tradition that this deck speaks to. Very deep deck, very beautiful art. The cards are pretty big. The cardstock is, I would say it's very protective, but it is rubbery and hard to shuffle for me because I do overhand shuffling. But if you riffle shuffle it, I'm sure it would riffle shuffle really well. So that is the Yami Oracle. Okay, the next, oops, I have to kind of snake my way through all this. The next deck's the Mists of Avalon Oracle. I use this oracle for my year ahead spreads. I find it gives really beautiful readings for that. I really like the keywords that are on the edges. I think the artist who did this deck is also illustrating a tarot called the Bee Tarot, I think. But when I first saw this deck, I thought, oh, you know, that's nice. I've got the Arthurian, and I don't really need more. But I was given this deck as a gift, and it is a really strong, amazing oracle. So I highly recommend this if you're interested in the Arthurian myth and all that. Okay, the next one is the Art of Love. I think this has been reissued. This was gifted to me by someone. They had already edged it and trimmed it. This Salerno is the artist. Some of the art I love, and so the 5 of Trees I think would be the 5 of Wands, and that's limitations. I like the keywords in this deck. There is some art that I don't really like, but on the whole, I wanted to work with this deck, and I found that I really like it. So that is the Art of Love. These are the backs. This is the beautiful bag that she made to go with this deck. Okay, the next deck, sorry, oop, I hit the camera, sorry. The next deck is one of my absolute favorites, and that is the Nature Spirit Tarot. This has been this is the independent version, but I think Bear Publishing picked up this deck, so you can get it. These cards were even bigger than this. I don't even know if they fit in the shop. This is trimmed. I use this deck for my year ahead. And this is really the deck that I learned how to read tarot with, which is a little odd because, you know, it's not a Rider-Waite clone, but I'm a bird person, which I've already mentioned several times. And this is, let's see, insects and birds and flowers and gemstones deck. This is funny. I live in a place with cardinals now. I love this deck so much. The guidebook is amazing. I cannot recommend it highly enough. And these are all the majors because I pulled the majors out. Let me get to some of the minors. So here's the quartz. Yeah, this is just such a beautiful, loving, amazing tarot deck. That's the Nature Spirit Tarot. The next deck is the Tree Whisper Oracle. And that is by Maggie Lacqua. This is an independent deck. She has several decks, I think, now available. I just found the faces and the spirit in these images so compelling that I had to get this deck. And I like her keywords too. Okay. And then the next deck is, where did I put that? Oh, it's over there. Shoot. I don't think I can reach it. This is the Moon Oracle. These are the backs. And this is a Caroline Smith, John Astrop deck. So it's broken into the goddesses. Let's see now. The goddesses. And those are based on astrology and then moon. And then it has the different moon phases. Moon phases. Oh, I must have it mixed in. It has these moon phases based on the elements. So a water moon, fire moon, all that. And then it also has the moon mansions. And I'm not gonna, I just love her art so much. Sometimes the interpretations of the moons are, I would say, harsh or very like one-sided. You know, like this is a terrible time to do anything. Or this is amazing and everything's bountiful and lovely. You know, just kind of extreme, I would say. Some of these moon mansions are kind of extreme. There's not as much balance as I would like. Because, you know, when, with this card, so when Venus and Neptune are doing stuff, and then you've got the moon transitioning from Aquarius into Pisces, does it always mean prisoner? You know, does it always have to be that kind of tightening aspect? I don't think so. So that part of it is a little sometimes problematic, but I love the art so much, and I do find the moon cards really good. So that's why I keep it. Where is it? Okay, the next deck is the Oracle of the Sun. They're little cards, which I actually really like. So this, same thing with this deck. Sometimes the keywords are good. So you have Jupiter in Pisces. You know, is it always about seduction? No. So I'll look at the keyword when I'm using it for a reading, and then I'll look at what it's talking about, and then I'll decide, you know, what is that trying to tell me? Sometimes the keywords are amazing. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they just don't speak to me. Like flirtation, for example. When Venus is in Sagittarius, or when they're in some kind of relationship with each other, flirtation in this sense, instead of just a couple, you know, it can be kind of an excitation of art or travel or, you know, something like that. So I do really like the weird old style art. The cardstock is kind of plasticky but slippery, so it's fine. It's fine with me. The next deck is the Forest Fae. It's a little deck. It's the same artist that did the Mists of Avalon. And this is really how I have experienced Fae energy. And so this deck is very powerful for me. I like it a lot. The words at the top, the way they speak to you. Yeah, this is a really great deck. I was surprised because it's just a little thing. Seems like, well, how powerful can it be? But yes, very powerful. The next deck is the Wildwood. This has been trimmed. I trimmed off the keywords. I love this deck. I find this deck most useful when I use it with other decks. And most powerful when I use it with the Arthurian. So I'm going through the Arthurian course still. It's taken me, gosh, 2 years. And this deck really helps unpack some of those lessons. Really, really like it. Speaking of the Arthurian, I'll just show you. This is the, I think the most current, wait. Oh, this is the 2014 edition. I've edged it. I think that this deck and the corresponding course and system by the Matthews is very, very powerful. It's one of my foundational decks. And I find it incredibly healing. It's a very deep deck. I don't use it for just kind of mundane readings. Another deck I've talked about on my channel quite a bit is the Hanson Roberts. It was the very first tarot deck I ever got in 1999. I could not figure out what it was about because in this version, it has no little white book. So it seemed like it kind of made sense. And then I got to the Devil card. You know, if you look at this card and then I'm going to set this card down and then I'm going to show you the Devil card. So it's kind of got a storybook vibe. Again, it's colored pencils, you know, rendered well. This is kind of an intense card too. So you've got that and that and that, let's say, you know, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then the Devil card comes and it's just like, that's not the Devil card. It's so intense that I eventually just got rid of this deck because I was like, this makes no sense to me. What is happening? Didn't know anything about tarot. I think I thought it was more like an oracle. Of course, I can't find the Devil card now. Isn't that just how it is? And there it is. So if you take what you think you're getting, which is like this card or this card, and then all of a sudden you get this card, it's jarring. But the Hanson Roberts, I got it, let's see, I got it last year, I think, and it has been amazing, and I've never put it away. It sits on my table. Use it all the time. Great deck. The next Oracle is kind of a weird one, but I am kind of weird and geeky when it comes to numbers. So it's this Oracle. The box is a little unwieldy and hard to get out, get the stuff out, but it's a different way of looking at numbers and how they build on each other. So this is the backs. This is very papery. Is this upside down? Very papery cardstock. You can hear it. I don't think it's hardly laminated at all, so it's a little scary. But yeah, just really interesting way of looking at numbers and how they build on each other in order to make sacred geometry, and also just the ideas that they're encapsulating. So of course the 5 would be the pentacle. It's a very powerful mystical symbol. You know, this. Anyway, I really like it. It's cool, it's weird, it's quirky. I don't read with it very often, but whenever I am wondering about numbers and want to do a deep dive into them, this is the deck that I would pull out. I'm looking for, there it is, 7s. Interesting. Okay, so that's the Numerology Oracle from the Library of Oracles. That's a strange name. Okay. The next deck is one of my most beautiful decks. It's the Arthurian Tarot. This is a tarot that is about plants and gemstones. I keep it in this pouch with the sticker on the outside. I think the creator of this deck is creating a new, is it an oracle? I don't know. The creator's doing something interesting. This deck is actually color-coded, but it's very, very difficult to see the difference between, so this color and this color are different. This color is pinkish, and it denotes, I think, cups. Or no, anyway, I don't even know. And then this is blue, and this is green. This one is a green, and there's brown. Where's the brown one? Well, there's a brown one right there. Anyway, I think some people don't notice. Oh, I guess you could see it there too. Anyway, this is definitely one of my most beautiful decks. A deep dive into plants as well as crystals. Many crystals I've never seen before. So yeah, just like, whoa, so beautiful. Really gorgeous. I'm glad to have it in my collection, just because it's so beautiful. I wasn't keeping it in its box because it's kind of a big box, but then I moved, and so I decided to put it in its box. All right, the next deck is the Power of Surrender cards. And these are the backs. I like the author, Judy Orloff. I've read some of her books, so I thought this oracle would be good. Some of the images leave me a little cold. They don't resonate with me, but the words do, so I can work with it. I just got this one. It's that surrender, surrender, surrender. Okay, the next deck I'm going to talk about is the Mother Wisdom deck. I believe this is also out of print. I apologize for that. This has really beautiful, sweet artwork. I edged it in green. This is a very gentle deck, very supportive. I don't think you have to be a mother. Well, actually, it's a deck that focuses on the journey often that you take as a mother in regards to children. So you don't necessarily have to have birthed the children, but maybe a caretaker. So if you're a caretaker of young people. And then also, for more applicable to everyone, I find that when I need mothering or when I'm trying to reparent my inner child, this deck is really good for that. So that is applicable to everyone. That is the Mother's Wisdom deck. The next deck is the beautiful Weaver's Oracle. This is a heavy hitter deck. I keep a piece of petrified wood with it. It has a beautiful guidebook. I only pull maybe 1 or 2 cards a year from this deck. My current card is over there in the corner. I also just recently actually pulled this one. I will occasionally pull a card from this if something really big happens and I think it has a lot of significance. Then I will come to this deck, and I pulled this card for that. This is a very deep, beautiful, powerful deck. I think the original art for many of these cards are like 9 feet tall. So it's an embodied deck with really powerful energy that's very much based in landscape and tapestry and tools. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And it's from the UK. I bought it a few years ago. It's probably even more expensive now. Seems like everything is more expensive. Okay. I don't know exactly what we're at. What are we at? What are we at? Let's see. I'm going to talk about this. No, I'm not. I'm going to talk about, where is that? I did that already. Oh, I put it back. Okay, I'm going to talk about this one. This is the Dust to Onyx Pocket Edition. Amazing deck, amazing production quality, amazing, oops, what did I do? Huh, why is this doing that? Okay. I like the Pocket Edition because I find these images so rich and I just need a moment. When I read with this deck, I take my time. I have to slow down and really think about it. This actually looks really beautiful with the Lioness Tarot and Oracle. This creator is really so gifted, so talented. This is a beautiful reader. And I've actually found it to be very loving, this deck, but also encouraging to translate what you get in the reading out. Like, don't just sit with it, you know, kind of do something. Don't just think about it. Beautiful. Dust to Onyx Pocket Edition. Okay. The next one, I don't know what the status is of this deck. It's the Rune Vision cards. I am really interested in runes, and I start to study them, and then I don't know. I'm like, I guess it's just, anyway. I won't tell you why. I just am that way. I lose interest. No, it's not that I lose interest. I just get distracted by something else. So here are these cards. I wanted this deck because what is the name of it? Never mind. I liked the art, so that's why I wanted this deck. There might be nudity in this deck. I think there's definitely going to be nudity. Yeah. I think there's definitely going to be nudity in the next deck. Yeah, okay. So this deck has nudity, and the next deck I'm going to show is going to have nudity. So just be aware. What is the name of that tarot? The artist that did this deck did that one too, and I'm totally spacing out. I think it's out of print now, so maybe it's best that I just leave it. I wanted it, and I didn't get it, and then it went out of print, and now I'm kind of mad. So that is the Rune Vision cards. And the next deck is the Arthurian Oracle. I have, oh no, I just pulled it. I have, the creator of this deck also has a book, and I have the book, and I keep meaning to read it, and I just get sidetracked. I mean, I have like 25 books on my to-be-read book list, so yeah, this is it's like a whole spiritual tradition that centers around Avalon and the priestesses and the maidens and the black, the white, and the red kind of like lineage lines, goddesses. So there's Caradwyn, Bloodwed. I might be saying that wrong. Arian Road. So yeah, I'm attracted to this, but in order to really understand, I think you need to like deep dive into it, and I keep not doing that. So I will eventually. That's the Avalonian Oracle. And then another one that I colored the map, but I haven't really used the deck that much. I liked it because of John Matthews and Will Worthington. It's the Camelot Oracle. Oh, I colored these. I colored these. Yeah. So some of the cards are colored, as you can see. Like, look at that art. Oh my gosh. And then some of them are not. We'll get to those. Yeah, I just wanted this cast of characters in my library. So pretty much that's why I got it. Oddly, I don't have the Druid craft. And I was gonna get the Druid craft, and I didn't. And I think I'm going to, because I just need to have all of his work in Oracle and Tarot. Look at that. Oh. Okay. Is that, sometimes I feel this is me. Or is this me? Okay, anyway. Where is it? Okay. These are all the main characters of the world. Okay, here come the cards that so these cards were not, they had no color on them, so I decided to color them. And I don't even know if I finished them. Now, I had to only use colors that had the permanent markers, because this is slippery cardstock and would not take colored pencils. Because if I did colored pencils, these would be amazing. But as it is, these are just my Sharpies. Yeah, so those are the paths, and you go on the map, and it's kind of a whole thing. So that is the Camelot Oracle. I don't know if I'm gonna do any more. I can't reach those without making a huge loud sound. I'll just do these. So this is the Tree Magic Oracle. And when I misspoke about the Celtic messages, I said it was Maggie Keene, but it was actually Gemma Garner. Not Gemma, Emma? Ugh, why can I not remember this? Emma Garner. She did the Celtic messages, and she did this deck. I just want to get it straight. Oh, I wanted to do those, and they're right here. So this is a tree deck. Almond tree, apple tree. Okay, tree magic. The backs are pretty cool. All right. Then, okay, this is a special deck. This is the Runic Tarot by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. I love this partnership. This deck is long out of print. I got it very used. One of the cards is kind of damaged, but it's very interesting. So it has seasonality cards, and then it has rune cards. Oh, here are the runes. I just love her art so much. I just can't get enough of it. I need to get their Elemental Tarot before it goes out of print again. I think I'm probably just gonna suck it up and do that. I think the only one I don't have of theirs, I think there's a, is it Viking? I think there's a Viking Oracle that I don't have, cannot find, and at this point, I'm just gonna let it go. But that was very, oops, that's my chair. That was very, you know, I really wanted that. Okay, so I think, no, I wanted to finish these. So this is Spirit of Nature Oracle, but it really should just be like Celtic plants and trees. Anyway, it's Will Worthington, so I wanted to have this. This was out of print for a while. I'll put the name of this in the description box because, I don't know. I don't know why I do that. I put my own little keywords at the bottom. Yeah, I just love his art. I grew up reading, if any of you know Dragonlance, fantasy novels when I was in middle school. And his art reminds me of that art. So the next one is the Druid Animal Oracle. I use this deck for my year ahead. So these are the cards that I didn't get because the other ones are over, you know, they're set aside for me to use during the year. Okay, that's the Druid Animal. And then this is the Druid Plant. Love both of these. I use this also for my year ahead. I trimmed this, but I left one of the borders. So I just trimmed the white. And they're the same size, the animal and the plant, but the backs are different colors. So that's gonna do it for this video. And then I think I only have one more and we will be done. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye.